Those vegan guys. I thank you.
Hello my loves, at last it's the bloody last of the COVID vlogs. I'm sure that I could do a couple more after this because I'm not 100%. Although I don't know whether I'm still ill necessarily or whether my body is just dealing with the damage that the illness did. Because here's the thing. I still feel crap, but I'm feeling so much better. So that tells me how crap I was feeling. You know what I mean? Yeah, this has not been a fun ride. Yesterday, the day before my alleged isolation was to end, I was having major sneezing fits like all day though, from morning to night. Anyway, I phoned Stuart last night and I said, I'm still sneezing loads, it's not worth risking meeting. I might risk booking to get my haircut on Friday along with Jason, but we'll see how that goes. We're here now, Wednesday. My isolation has ended. It ended at midnight last night. I still feel like I've got COVID, although I don't know whether I've still got I'm still infected, or my body is just dealing with the damage that was done by it. What I can say is that I feel so much better than I did, but I still feel crap, which tells me I must have felt horrendous at some points throughout this, and I certainly have. Well, it was a 2-bath illness. That kind of says it all for me, does that. So yeah, I didn't want to risk meeting Stuart today. I didn't want to be out and about necessarily, you know, besides which the weather's been absolutely terrible. What I probably will do is, Jason did mention having a trip down to the allotment when he got home from work, which we probably need to do anyway, just to check, you know, and water things. And then of course that will mean a quick trip in, because Tesco's is on our way back from the allotment to our house, so it might mean a trip in a supermarket. I will of course be masked from this point forward until this pandemic is truly over. So how do I feel now, having had, let's say had, COVID? Really randomly, and I know this is a random thing to say, in some ways relieved, because we had ourselves in this little bubble for kind of a year and a half. Masks, hand washing, no public gatherings, you know, blah 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 blah. And I don't know whether necessarily that does any of us any good. You know, like they say, don't protect your children too much, let them fall and graze their knee, let them get dirty, let them eat mud. It's all character building, and it will help to build their immune system. I'm wondering whether the year and a half of protection was a bit too much, wrapping in cotton wool, and I'm not suggesting anyone goes out and gets COVID. Please believe me when I say, because you never know how you're going to get it. I'll get onto that in a minute, talk about viral load. But I feel kind of relieved to have had it, knowing that I was double vaccinated, so my body knew what to expect anyway. My body's done a remarkable job of protecting me from it and making the symptoms as tolerable as it possibly could. Therefore, if I do get it again in the future, I might fare really well. Because of all those factors, double vaccination, had it now, built up some, you know, some immunity to it. So in some ways I'm glad I've had it. Am I glad of the last 10 days? No. I'm not even glad of now. You know, I still feel very ill. Not very ill. Damaged. I don't see what I'm trying to... I don't want to downplay it. But I don't want to exaggerate it either, so I'm trying to be really careful how I say what I say. Viral load was what I wanted to talk about. I think your level of infection, if I've read the science right, also has a lot to do with viral load you get at the beginning, how you get the virus. So Jason got it from a colleague at work who got it from a family member at home. One-to-one, and then Jason gave it me here in our home, 1-to-1. What I can't imagine is being at any kind of big gathering where there are a lot of people indoors and a few of them have COVID and their viral load, they've had it a few days, maybe even they're asymptomatic or they're just brushing it off as hay fever or a mild cold or whatever. They've got a load of virus that they're shedding, as they call it, and so have the other two people who are near you, you know, and then that would be probably a far more brutal version of this illness, because you'd be getting a lot more viral load at the start of it. So I'm looking forward to going down to the allotment. I'm looking forward to going in a supermarket, to be honest, just to, you know, to get back some sense of normality. Shopping in a face mask, that's normal to me. That's been normal to me for the last year and a half, and I certainly, like I've said in previous vlogs, wouldn't want to put anyone at risk, and I don't want to put myself at risk of getting this again with a bigger viral load that my body finds more difficult to handle. Thankfully, we've got through this. And I stand by every word I've said in every one of the other vlogs. It is evil little virus. I've never had so many different symptoms, or the taste thing that I was getting, and the smell. It was like two things really. That's virtually gone now. But for the last couple of days, I had what felt like, this is the only thing I can liken it to, I can only liken it to when I used to be a meat eater many, many moons ago, and I'd have some cold fatty piece of meat and the fat would coat your mouth completely like a film. That's what I had for the last couple of days. I had like a film over my tongue, the roof of my, all fully like I had eaten fat and it had coated, and that's where the smell and the taste, in my eyes, I was linking it to that. That's where the smell and the taste were coming from. So I'm still blowing my nose like buggery, but I do that anyway because of the hay fever, so it's hard to know what it is, where, you know, where it's coming from. It's just kind of, the COVID has now bled into me and my normality, but because they're linked, it's made me paranoid, because it's like, oh my, am I still really badly infected with the COVID? But I always have hay fever, I always sneeze, I'm always blowing my nose in the morning. Those are common things that are, you know, almost year round for me. My voice isn't back yet. I still feel a bit hoarse, and like I couldn't sing a set right now. I could probably handle a song, and it would have to be a low-key one. just because I've tried and the damage is the kind of, if there is anything that still needs to be repaired, it's that it's the damage it did to my chest and kind of my throat as well, really, well, my whole head, ears, eyes, nose, mouth, all of it. Feels like, if I was Wurzel Gummidge, I would put on a clean one and give this one a good wash in the washing machine. So yeah, I suppose the conclusion is you have to be aware of the risk you put yourself in when you're in crowded places where there are a lot of people and not a lot of people wearing masks, because as aforementioned, if a few of those people have the COVID and there's a big viral load from each of them and you get it, that ain't good. So do continue to wear your mask and wash your hands and keep yourself as safe as possible. This has been a right bloody journey. I'm glad I vlogged it, because it's there for posterity now, and it's there to give people a realistic look at what happened to a double vaccinated 52-year-old when he got the COVID. And hopefully it will alleviate a little bit of fear, give a bit of knowledge, and in some way be helpful to either someone else who has coronavirus or is absolutely terrified of it. You should be scared of it. Do be scared of it. That's a healthy fear. It's not a pleasant thing at all. It has been difficult to put up with, but I'm here, and so's my hubby. We've got through it together, and now we get back on the road to recovery. It's not like my energy levels have suddenly shot through the roof and I'm like, well, hey, yay. No, not that at all. I'm eager to gently get back to life now. And I've finished my coffee. So I will leave this one there. Yes, it's a bugger. If you look after yourself right with good food and you stay in for the 10 days and have hot baths and rest and drink plenty of fluids, if you have fever or headaches, take paracetamol first thing in the morning. Today is the first morning I haven't. The itching had already stopped, so we were fine with the paracetamol. I do think that they really helped me not to get a fever, not to get any shivers, not to get any aches and pains, not to get a headache. So for that I'm very, very grateful. But just back to my normal vitamins and antihistamine this morning, and very much looking forward to Jason getting home from work so we can pop to the allotment, pop to Tesco's, and then come home. Thank you so much for coming with me on this journey. Like I say, I hope it's helped in some ways. It certainly helped me to have something to focus on while I've been going through it, wanting to document it, and so yeah, there you go. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I will see you again very soon, and until then, please be excellent to yourselves and each other. Bye, loves. That's about all I can muster.